Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, I have for you another plan with me, the only videos that I ever do voiceovers on. So, this month is April, obviously, and I have kind of been going through a lot of stuff this last month of March. As of today, of me recording this voiceover, my birthday is tomorrow, so I'm turning 21, but I've been dealing with a lot of just struggles with my job and anxiety and my mental health and stuff. So I decided for April to just scale down everything that I'm doing for my bullet journal. So I have 2 spreads, I believe. That's all that I did in this plan with me. And then I did my cover page. So I didn't do any crazy theme or anything. I just did the two stripes on the page so you can see the colors that I'm using, and because I still wanted to do a cover page, but I'm not doing anything super intricate or anything. I just picked these 2 colors. I thought they were pretty, and I went with kind of a blue theme because April showers bring May flowers, and also I just love the rain. Something about it's really calming for me. So that's also a plus for me. So I just wrote April and then colored the little stripes in and did my little calendar on the cover page, and that's it. It's nothing special or fancy, just to get the point across that it's April. And then moving on to the next spread. So if you had watched any of my previous bullet journal setups, I do a monstrosity of a calendar. It's fucking huge. But since I don't have the job anymore that gave me such a hectic schedule to where I needed that type of calendar to keep track of everything, since I literally didn't ever work the same shift 2 days in a row, I don't have that anymore. I have more of a set schedule, so I don't need to have a giant calendar. So I decided to scale it down because this last March I literally didn't use the calendar at all because I had quit my other job before March even started. So I made the calendar smaller. They're just 5x5 boxes, just enough room to write something in it if I need to. Probably won't even really write them, and it's almost just like a visual aid, so I can be like, oh yes, this is the month of April, and that's pretty much it. I try to do this more tall lettering style, nothing fancy, I just try to fit one letter in a 2 box tall area, if that makes sense. And then underneath the calendar, I just did an important dates section, which I didn't fill it in when I did this video, but so far the only important dates that I have are my stepdad's birthday and my brother's birthday, which are back to back. And then the other box, I made a monthly to do instead of having my goals breakdown that I've done in the past of multiple areas to have goals in. I'm just gonna put all of my monthly to-dos, my goals, in this one box, so it's all localized in one area, because if I've noticed that if the goals page isn't next to another page that I use often, I literally won't reference it at all in the month. So I put it right under the calendar. It's right next to the important dates. The other page is going to be a page that I will be using all of the time. So I will be looking at the monthly to-dos, and also a lot of these monthly to-dos are on my Kanban board that I talked about in my last video that I posted. So it's kind of just a lot of repeats of stuff to remind myself you need to do this. So there's that. And then moving on to the next spread, it's just a culmination of things. The very bottom boxes are, because I've been doing playlists of the month, but I haven't really been listening to that many songs to fill the playlist area in. And then I'm also afraid, what if I listen to too many songs and I can't fill in my playlist area? So I just have one box, which is the dark box down in the corner, is for music, and then the other box is going to be for movies and TV shows that I'm just watching that month, to kind of keep track of whether or not I start new shows or how often I rewatch shows. And then one half of the page, which I'm doing right now, is my April TBR, my normal TBR spread that I do, but I'm I decided to condense it down to a smaller area because it doesn't ever really seem to take up that much space. I cut out the calendar that I was using to track the days that I was reading because I was never remembering to fill it out. And so I made it smaller. So the first box above like the TV show and music box is just like my stats that I fill out at the end of the month. And then the tiny skinny box is my Goodreads goal. So I fill up what I'm at the beginning of the month and then what I'm at the end of the month. And then the big box is to write in my TBR and then also to write in the other books that I happen to read that aren't on my TBR so I can keep track of that stuff as well. And then next to that, since April is the first Camp Nano of the year, the other area that I'm working on is just a word tracker to track my word count as I go. I like to keep track of my word count anytime I'm writing a book just because I like to see like how much I wrote one day compared to another day, that type of stuff. And then also in the spirit of Nano, that's you keep track of your words because it's NaNoWriMo. So for this NaNoWriMo, I do have another video. I can link it in the cards that I just uploaded called What Am I Writing for Camp Nano. I'm just rewriting my Project Werewolves book, and my goal is to write 30,000 words. Not the full 50,000 that you normally. Welcome to the continuation of this voiceover because my boyfriend came home and interrupted me in the middle of talking about Camp Nano. So instead of doing the 50,000 words for the month, I am going to be doing 30,000 words. There are 30 days in the month of April, so that means I have to write 1,000 words a day, which I did this last April. This is the same amount of word goals that I did. And also last April, I went to Colorado, and it was like the last week of Colorado, and I managed to write 30,000 words in about a 2-week period of time, and I think I actually wrote 40,000 words before I actually left, because I was like, I need to finish this. So this is just going to be my Camp Nano tracker. In the tiny column, I put the first letter of the day of the week and then the day of the whatever day it is, the first, the second, the third. And then in the second column, it's just how many words I'm supposed to be at every day. So it's pretty much just like you add on 3 zeros to whatever day it is because there's 30 days and 30,000 words. And then in the very end box, I'm going to be writing what my actual word count is. And then I just went in and filled in the numbers on my calendar. While I was working on the word tracker part, I was kind of like thinking in my mind how I wanted to do the calendar, if I wanted to write the numbers with the black or if I wanted to do it checkered or whatever. So I kind of jump around at this point back and forth between doing things because I'm like, ooh, we'll do this. Ooh, I'll do that. Ooh, we can do this. But yeah, and then I went in and filled in what the word goal would be for every single day. And I think that's the end of this spread. When I first started this video, I kicked all of my cats off my desk and I just slowly started to collect them as it went on. And here we go. Moving on to the next spread, which is the only other spread in this monthly setup. I made this monthly setup really simple to just be able to keep up with myself. This is just my normal YouTube video tracker that I've been using. It works really well for me when I actually use it. So I put it in here. I have a second YouTube channel where I play Minecraft and The Sims, but I haven't been posting on that because I've just been trying to get myself back in the groove of things, and if I overload myself with too many things that I want to do all at once, I just won't do any of it. So I am just focusing on this YouTube channel right now and uploading on this one, so I only have the video tracker for this one. I don't know if you can hear the sniffing, but my cat was sniffing my microphone. But yeah, so I just made... Will you guys stop sniffing the microphone, you weirdos? But yeah, so I just made this one. The boxes, I did some with my black Pigma Micron, and then the other ones I did with the two colors that I used. They're both Tombow markers. One is 373 and the other one is 243, and I always link everything that I use in the description below, like specific marker colors and everything. So if you decide that you want to use these colors, or you just think they're pretty and you want to add them to your Tombow collection, they will be linked in the description box below. I think they're like $1 something each if you buy them individually at like Michael's or Hobby Lobby or wherever they sell markers individually. I got mine in a giant pack for Christmas from my grandma, so that's the only reason why I have all the Tombow markers. But I love them. They are awesome. They don't bleed through a lot of paper. I think the paper in my journal is like 100 GSM, or it's like 110 or something. It's not like the lowest quality, like, because I know Moleskine is like 80, but it's not of the highest quality like Archer and Olive where it's like 160 GSM or whatever. It's kind of like in the middle. And you have to go over the marker quite a few times to get it to bleed through the paper, which is nice because if you're coloring things in, you don't want it to bleed through. So there's that. I always link the journal that I'm using in the description box below too. I got it on Amazon, but I've noticed in trying to just in ordering things off Amazon that because of the coronavirus and everything that's going on, they're prioritizing shipping. So even if you have Prime shipping, your stuff probably won't get here in 2 days like it normally does. So that's something to look out for, just as an FYI. And so yeah, that is my YouTube spread. This time I actually went in and filled in all the letters on camera, which I never do. The letters are record, edit, voiceover, upload, thumbnail, links in description, cards, and then end cards. Just so I can make sure that I do every single step, because there's a lot of steps to getting the video out after you upload it. And then the next page is just my first weekly spread. I'm putting the last 2 days of March in this one because there's more days in April in this week than there are in March, so I just figured I'd put it in April on the 30th and the 31st, and then I just did each little line is for the day of the week, and then on the side I did notes because I'm probably will be I usually use the notes section for like sprints and stuff. And then I have next week and then weekly tarot, because I always pull a tarot card at the beginning of the week to kind of figure out how my week's gonna go, or just ask it questions. So here's just a quick flip through of my bullet journal, and that's the end of this video. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe, and I will put a link to a video of my other bullet journal setups. And yeah, love you. Bye.